What up, guys? This is Cheevo Guides back here again with another achievement guide. Today we're going to be focusing on El Gancho. This game is published by Eastasiasoft and it's developed by Sidral Games as well as Eastasiasoft. This game is a 2D platformer where you're going to play as a dinosaur with the hook. El Gancho in English actually means the hook. This game is a super easy 40-minute completion or platinum trophy, and on top of that, the game is only $6.99. Now, if you're going for this full 1000G or platinum, the best advice I could give you is that you can get all of the achievements by playing the tutorial over and over again. First and foremost, we have 3 achievements related to jumping. You simply need to jump 20 times, 100 times, and then finally 300 times. I went ahead and knocked that out right away. However, you can definitely get this naturally. Next, we have achievements related to defeating enemies, or as the game refers to it, foes. We get an achievement after beating 10 foes, 30 foes, and then finally 60 foes. There's 2 ways to destroy enemies. You can either fire a projectile at them. Just keep in mind that you have limited ammo, and if you run out, you'll need to pick up a bullet, which basically gives you more ammo. Aside from that, you can also kill enemies with your trail. As you jump around or swing around, you're going to see a yellow trail, and that trail does kill enemies. Aside from that, each level is going to have a bunch of food located around the level, and we'll be unlocking achievements after collecting 100, 200, and then finally 400 food power-ups. Aside from that, the main thing we're really going to be focusing on here is saving the quote-unquote cocos. There's 3 achievements related to saving these cocos, or little dinosaurs. We get an achievement after freeing 5 cocos, 35 cocos, and then finally 70 cocos. Now the tutorial has 4 cocos in it, and that's the way that you complete a level. That's basically the main objective of the game, is basically to free these little dinosaurs or cocos. In the tutorial level, there's 4 cocos. They're always located in the same place. The level isn't randomly generated or anything like that. So if for some reason you're having trouble finding them, you can look at my footage, but I gotta say they're pretty out there in the open. Again, the achievement is to free 70 cocos, and the tutorial only has 4. So you're basically going to have to save or free all 4 cocos in the tutorial about 18 times. And if you were to save all 4 cocos in the tutorial level and play 18 times, you'd have a total of 72 cocos. So you're basically going to get it in the middle of your 17th attempt at the tutorial. Now you can choose to obviously play the game, but I chose to just play the tutorial over and over again because that still unlocks the achievements. And along the way, you should be unlocking your achievement for jumping, your achievement for defeating enemies, and your achievements for collecting food, because there's a ton of food and there's a few enemies in the tutorial level as well. So you're kind of knocking all of them out at once. Just make sure that while you're doing this, you're collecting all the food or as many food as possible. That way you can get these achievements knocked out as well, because we have to collect 400 food, and that's quite a lot. I actually ended up freeing the 70 cocos before I collected 400 food. So you should be able to get all of the achievements related to jumping, defeating enemies, freeing cocos, and collecting food all in the tutorial level. So in the tutorial, you can get nearly all of the achievements except for the ones related to getting a high score, as we have an achievement related to getting a 1000, 2000, and then finally 3000 high score. You can probably pull off a 1000 score in the tutorial, but you're definitely not going to pull off a 2000 or 3000 score in the tutorial. To do this, we'll need to start up the actual game and go on a run. So let's go ahead and start up a run in the main game. And I'm simply just going to keep playing until I score 3,000 points. At that point, I should have all of my achievements. I went ahead and timed it, and from the point I started up the main game to the point I ended up getting 3,000 points was about 5 minutes or so. So you need to be able to get about 5 minutes into the game to get a 3,000 high score. It's really not that hard. I got it on my first try. And again, all of the other achievements can be unlocked by simply playing the tutorial over and over again. Just make sure that you collect 400 food, free 70 cocos, defeat 60 enemies, and then jump at least 300 times. Aside from that, that's going to cover all of the achievements in the game. I'm going to go ahead and let the footage roll of my 3,000 high score attempt, just in case you're interested in seeing how I got it or how far I went. My biggest tip is to free the cocos, as they're worth the most points, but also make sure you're collecting food along the way and destroying enemies, as all of those increase your high score. Aside from that, I'm going to go ahead and end the commentary right here, as no more commentary is needed. But as always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Other than that, as always, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers. We just hit 16 patrons. I'd like to give a special shout out to everybody in the biggest fan club, including Tim G84, AOJ, Kegger101, Kana25, Michael Banksa, and Curse Souls. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.